This video will walk you through the formatting of the Works Cited page. I'm not going to talk you through the actual formulas in this video. This is only to cover the formatting. The idea is to make your Works Cited page conform to the model in Hacker, so let's start by looking at that example. As far as formatting goes, there are essentially four things to pay attention to here. First, the list of Works Cited is on a new page and starts at the top. Second, this page has the same MLA style page numbering as the rest of the essay. That means your name, space, and then the page number. And third, the title should be Works Cited, centered on the page with no extra lines above or below. Fourth and finally, the entries should be in alphabetical order with a hanging indent and no extra lines above or below the entries. So let's take these in order. The first point is the page break. The Works Cited page is on its own page, that is the last page of the essay, and it begins at the very top of the page. I'm going to type Works Cited here so we can walk through this. So how do you get this on a new page? Of course, you can hit the return key a bunch of times, but then as you edit the essay, the Works Cited page, the Works Cited title will move up and down and so get out of position. I'm going to show you how to use a hard page break, which will tell Google Docs to automatically add a page break where you want it. To do this, position the cursor where you want to insert the break, in this case, right in front of the words work. Now, click on Insert. You'll see the page will break. The break will not change position no matter what you do on the pages before. How do you delete this? It's actually an invisible character, so if you backspace over it, you'll delete it. We're going to need the break, so I'm going to add it again. Point number 2 is the page number. The Works Cited page should be numbered just like the rest of your essay. In this case, following MLA format, that page number is the standard last name space and then page number. Right? Notice that there's no comma between the name and page number. If you're using Google Docs automatic page numbering function, this will already be done. If you're not using automatic page numbering, how do I get Google Docs to do that? First, in the menu bar, click on Insert, then move the mouse down to the page numbers line of the drop-down menu, hover over that. Notice the 4 different options that pop up. Of the 4, the top 2 are for page numbers at the top of the page, the bottom 2 are for page numbers at the bottom of the page. MLA says the top right-hand corner, so we'll need the top line. Of the 2 options on the top line, the left-hand choice is for page numbering that starts on the first page. The right-hand choice is when you need a cover page. MLA actually never uses a cover page, so we will pick the first option. Of course, later in other classes, when you write essays in the APA style, you will need the cover page. When you click on any of those options, Google Docs will add a page number automatically. You'll notice that the number is bordered by a gray box. This is there to show you that this number is actually a field. That is, it's a placeholder that will change depending on which page you're actually on. Don't delete that box and type over it. If you delete the box and type a number over it, it'll just have the same number repeat on every page. But I do need to add my last name to fit MLA style, so how do I do that? To do so, I click in front of the number, the blinking cursor should appear there now, and now I can type my name in. This will now appear on every page along with the page number. Don't forget to add a space, but no comma. Here you can also change the font to match whatever font you're using for the rest of the essay, highlight the whole line, including the gray box with the number in it, and then choose a font. Okay, the third element to cover is how to format the title, Works Cited. It should be at the top of the page centered in plain text. Plain text means that there's no underline, bold, or italics. It should also be the same size as the body text. The title should be Works Cited, both words capitalized and plural because there are more than one works to cite. To center, of course, use the center button. The last point to cover is the list of entries. These follow directly below the title with no extra space. The entire page is double-spaced. There are no extra lines below or above the title or between the entries. Each entry should have what is called a hanging indent. That is what you call it when the first line sticks out and the rest of the paragraph is tucked in. How to add a hanging indent? I'm going to cover 2 ways. The first is through the menu, the second using the ruler. To add a hanging indent through the menu, you first position the blinking cursor where you want to change the indent. Actually, anywhere in that relevant paragraph works. You're giving formatting instructions for the paragraph as a whole. In the menu bar, click on Format, then mouse over Align and Indent, and click on Indent options in the submenu that appears. In the dialog box that appears, look under the heading Special Indent. There, click on the drop-down menu. you get three options: none, first line, and hanging. The second of these options is for the normal first line indent. In the body of the essay, this is what you'll usually choose. That option will add a half-inch indent to the first line of each paragraph. I can also do this by hitting the tab key where I want to add the first line indent, but here I don't want that. Instead, here I'll choose hanging indent. This indent is the exact opposite of the first line indent. That is, the first line sticks out over the left-hand margin, and there is our hanging indent. There's another way to do this, and that is with the ruler. Notice the little triangle in that ruler and also the tiny rectangle above it. Moving these two parts lets you directly manipulate the paragraph indentation. Again, you start by putting the cursor in the paragraph that you want to manipulate. Again, anywhere in the paragraph is fine. If you click and drag the bottom triangle, it will move the indent for the entire paragraph. To get a hanging indent, first I move the entire paragraph out half an inch with a triangle. Then I move the first line back to the margin with the rectangle. That gives me the hanging indent. I can do all my entries at once by highlighting them all and then using the ribbon to adjust the indent. Now that all the sources are done, I can check the alphabetization. Notice how the hanging indent makes this make sense. Having the names in reverse word order means that the last name, which is the name that is alphabetized on, sticks out. Also, the alphabetized terms drop the and a, so matrix is alphabetized under M, not T. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching.